Hey guys, so I wasn't exactly sure what I should be talking about for this vlog, so I'm just going to kind of talk about what I want to talk about, and that's comedy. You see, today in my theater appreciation class, my professor put forth this idea that the enemy of comedy is empathy, and that in order to laugh at a subject, you cannot empathize with it, you cannot sympathize with it, and you can't care about it because then it's just too serious and you can't laugh. Um, and that I think he brings up this quote that uh, comedy requires the momentary anesthesia of the heart. And then he goes on and says that comedy is essentially a critiquing force. It's about pointing out flaws and foolishness, and then laughing at that, and trying to encourage its audience not to make those same mistakes. And I disagree with a lot of what he's saying. In that, I think he's putting too limited of a definition on comedy. Is he putting? I think it's really just what he's describing is only one side of the comedy coin, and I think the other side isn't about critiquing. It's about building connections. It's about empathy, um, and it's about being able to laugh at yourself through others. Um, so, for example, say there's an old woman who is very vain and kind of obsessed with her youth, and so she wears a lot of makeup try to cover up her aging, but the effect is that she ultimately just looks like a clown, and you laugh at her, but that laughter is really uh, kind of a gateway to understanding. I think that laughter can lead you to realize that you and the old woman aren't that different, that the vanities that afflict her also afflict you. Um, and I think that's a really important realization. Um, and I think it's not a critiquing thing. Like this laughter isn't a critiquing force. It's a pardoning force almost. Um, when you laugh at that old woman, you're almost saying you're flawed, but so am I, and we can all laugh about that. And that's great, and that's empathy. I think you're building a connection with that woman, and I think the best comedy does this. It builds that connection. It builds that empathy. Um, so yeah. So those are my thoughts on comedy. What are yours?